Hello and welcome to the CRO Podcast with your host, myself, Courtney, and Will.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. We're co-founders of the CRO agency and manage the CRO network.
That we do. So today, quite exciting for anyone who likes numbers. We're going to actually dive into a very little discussed topic, and it is the wonders of data visualization for CRO and performance marketing. So what we actually do is aside from all of our CRO wondrous work, we also help businesses with their analytics because it's just so important. What we're going to share today, we got quite a bit to get through, to be fair. We're going to be talking about just like why it is important, how to do it easily, which I think is also something that everyone wants. The high effort trap of analysis, understanding, why visualization. We also have a little bit on, we'll briefly go into this. It's just performance marketing, sort of why combined reporting is everything. We're going to look at sort of how to pull, centralize, and visualize your data as well. And quite a few little points underneath that, but we'll get into the nitty gritty when we get into it. And then, of course, we do have our wall of shame and fame. And
hmm
this week we have so dental implants, which is quite up and coming, which I'm excited to have a look at.
Yes, there are a lot of clinics nowadays, and people are seemingly willing to travel for dental implants. So they seem to have quite a large appeal. It's
Yeah,
very interesting. Very, very interesting.
definitely. Yeah, turkey
Um,
teeth.
yeah, well,
As they're called.
ironically, yes, yeah, turkey teeth, exactly.
Yeah.
So we will be
um,
diving into it. Right.
yeah, let's get into it. So why is it important to have data visualization?
So obviously, for performance marketing, this is not an uncommon concept. Like performance marketing, everyone wants a dashboard and yada yada. And we do have some notes on performance marketing, particularly around combining your reporting, like stitching together with your revenue data. Like that's where the magic happens. Like just having the marketing side isn't really sufficient in my view. And there are ways to do that, which we'll get into. But for CRO, it's something that often doesn't happen. And when people don't really visualize this data and bring it up, and it is a shame. So we're going to talk about, why, doing this is so important. The first point being is the high effort trap of analysis. Um, so if you're going to visualize the data, you have to centralize the data, you have to standardize the data, you have to standardize the data retrieval. This is quite a high
Mm,
effort initial thing to do, but once you've done it, it really, really reduces the effort into each individual piece of analysis. So we are not made of time. The easier you make the analysis, the easier you make your analysis to do your analysis. Can't speak today. The more
Perfect for a
analysis.
podcast.
It's very warm. Okay,
Yeah, it is a heat
had a lot
wave.
of coffee.
We are in the trenches of a heat wave.
Oh, but the easier you make your analysis, the more analysis you will do. So, um, this is especially true if you have like a manual data retrieval step. So if you, for whatever reason, the CRO software, the tracking software you're using isn't 100% accurate, and you need to retrieve your conversion, your lead data from another separate place of truth, adding that manual step increases the effort for each individual piece of analysis. And so when you're coming to your full analysis, it often things may not always be dug into as much as they can be. This
Mhm.
is why you start to centralize and standardize and importantly visualize. And we'll talk about what kind of visualizations we're talking about. Um, but once you start doing that, it all becomes easier. It's all in one place, and you can start doing this much more effectively. So really, the whole point here is just facilitate easy analysis. It's a bit of a fundamental principle for all of marketing. Make your analysis easy so that you do more of it and you get more and better learnings.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
the
a business concept as well. Like you want to have in business, like all of like if you're a CEO, if you're running a business, you want to understand all of the different metrics from all the parts of the business.
mm,
Generally, you want to have that sort of centralized, and that means getting all of these different bits of data and having them in one place, so I can actually see all of the context of everything and then make better business decisions. Same concept applies here. It's just that we're kind of more centralized in marketing and performance marketing.
No, exactly. And there's a big difference, between putting reports and looking at reports weekly and on-demand analysis.
Yeah.
So on-demand analysis is like data that's visualized in a dashboard that you can go play around with whenever you fancy. And that
Yeah.
analysis is incredibly valuable. Like
Oh,
that allows you
it's
to, as soon as
everything.
you've got an issue, you dive into it, you can look at it like, it is on demand. The
Yeah,
report based, which is kind of the standard for CRO in a lot of ways, where they just do like a weekly report kind of deal.
yeah.
Unfortunately, just isn't as, that losing the on demand element is just,
Speed is everything. Speed is
yeah,
absolutely everything, especially in CRO, especially when we're looking at tests and learnings and those sorts of things, especially, when you are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, pounds, pesos, whatever it is, a month on advertising. You really need to understand, especially if something's going wrong or you want to see something. It's everything,
yeah.
truly. Do it.
Couldn't agree more. Yeah, yeah. One takeaway is just like visualize your data and just be ready to do so. Again, we'll go into like easy ways to do this in a moment. Yeah. So the second point, like, yeah, if you don't visualize your data, so a lot of like the other standard approach for CRO is weekly reports and like some kind of big repository where you just dump everything. So test outcomes, win loss, yada yada. Um, that is okay. That is a reasonable solution. That's the standard solution. However, if you
Mhm.
don't actually just visualize your data, so by visualize it, we mean like how many tests have you launched each month? Can I immediately see that? What is the current testing status of all of those tests? What is the testing theme? What is the learning? Now, these are the parts where you start to get really, really powerful outcomes. So if you start to
Yeah.
visualize your data by testing theme, by the learnings, you can start to build like this whole chain of analysis that you can do and see how, you've had this testing theme. What's the win rate? Okay, so this theme is currently winning over that one's. However, when we break it down, we can see it's only really winning in these particular areas. And so
Mhm.
we do more of them in those areas.
It's
As we
just
do
so
more,
much more compounded, isn't it? Like the
it,
learnings on that and just being able to add context to everything. It's sort of like, well, this is as a report, you have siloed information, but you can exactly when you have actually this sort of visualization, you're able to really give context to what the metrics are. You're giving so much more of a story behind that so that you can actually use that for then, okay, are we seeing that, there was a loss here, but it's only happening here. And actually this channel is amazing and let's do channel focused testing, and this is how you learn and this is how you get better.
it's Yeah, I think you hit that nail on the head when you said siloed, because what often happens is the CRO person might, keep it all in their head. That'd be great. And they'll vaguely, know where stuff is and they can be able to retrieve it, occasionally. But if you have a big old dashboard, everyone in marketing can see what testing themes are going well. Then they can like, A, suggest other testing themes. B, they
Mhm,
can run ads that are focused around those testing themes as well. And it takes it from this siloed place to this intelligent learning hub that can power all of your marketing. Because
mhm.
zero, it's so, the learnings we get there are so fundamentally important to your business. You need to make sure they are visible, readily available on demand and accessible to everyone. So
Yep,
yeah, visualize your
100%.
learnings as much as humanly possible.
Yep, definitely. Seeing is believing, am I
Like
right? But,
100%.
like, truly.
Um,
Um, yeah,
yeah,
performance marketing. I mean, like, why combined reporting really is everything. I mean, to kick that off,
yeah.
separated reporting sucks.
It really does. I, yeah, we did want a note on performance marketing. Like, obviously, we're going to keep it focused on CRO, and that means like test outcomes and things like this. But for performance marketing, and we do help a lot of businesses with this one, um, the common solution is separated reporting. So you have like your marketing reporting, your sales reporting, and then maybe your finance reporting. What you
Mhm,
really want to do is just combine everything together. Um, so when we're talking about like this kind of separate reporting, that honestly is really, really difficult to optimize and build around, because
mhm,
marketing, if it doesn't know the revenue impact of its outcomes, it doesn't really know what's driving success. And if you have
mhm.
to stitch together manually, then you're going to do less analysis, you're going to put out less insights, you can have less of that learning, that virtuous cycle.
That is so I think needs to be doubled down on. If you don't know the revenue impact and what you're doing, you can't actually optimize for revenue impact. Like you can optimize for, okay, getting more clicks and getting more, you can optimize for 1,000 different things, but that's not actually what's going to move the needle. What's going to move the needle is what actually has an effect, and a positive effect, one would hope, a net positive on revenue. And that's what you should be really doing. And you can only do that when you combine the information, when you have the context, and when you actually see all of these different things together.
Yeah. And the halfway house solution here is often to just have revenue pulled in automatically into your ads reporting infrastructure. So,
Mm,
like for instance, putting it directly into Google Ads or directly into Facebook. Now, I won't lie, it is fine. I mean, a lot of people spend a lot of time and energy doing that. If I'm honest, it's not very effective. Like while revenue is one point, there's a lot of other data within your CRM and your sales side that really, really matters. And that's often the parts that are the more, what's a good way of putting this? The hidden insights that like will transform your business. So you want to pull as much of your CRM data as possible and join it with your marketing data so you can see your actual outcomes. You can understand like why is it fluctuating? Like did something change on the sales side? Like do we still have good speed to
Mm-hmm.
lead? Do we, have we had a change in who's handling the leads? Have we had a change in the sales or purchases or whatever, or the retention of these clients? Putting that data
Yeah.
together is unbelievably important. Otherwise, marketing's optimizing for one thing, sales optimizing for another thing. You get dysfunction between the two teams because they're not pulling together, and so like
Yeah.
the gap continues to widen. Um, and
It's
particularly,
like a human
this,
body. It's sort of like, you've
yeah,
got to be a doctor and everything's connected to everything. So you can't just like if I've got I don't know, a sore knee or something, you can't just look at the knee. You need to understand what's going on in sort of the rest of everything. And you realize, oh, the sore knee is because something's connected to something. And that's, whatever. Like it's all sort of one beast.
exactly. I think it's a great analogy. Yeah, look at it as a
So
whole.
yeah, it's you can't just there's no yeah, it's all connected too much. Like there's just no singling something
Mm,
out and just having it. It's nothing is autonomous in a business. It's all working together.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, exactly. And so when you do this stuff, you have to stitch together your data. We'll talk about easy ways to do that in a minute. But
yeah.
there are also like lots of issues when it comes to like the standard ads reporting. So first off, a lot of people just have them separate, like Facebook, Meta, Meta, Google, and maybe TikTok, and they'll just look at them separately. You want at minimum all of that in one place. Like that is like
Yeah,
what I see is really, really minimal. If you have them like all separated out, you're using the different UIs, then again they're siloed. They're not
yeah,
visually, they're not
that's
on
right.
demand. Only the marketing owner like really knows what's going on. Your head of doesn't really, especially not the wider business. They're reliant on those reports, not the on demand part. So again, at
Yeah,
least centralize those parts, which is really important. And especially when you take it from outside of the ad platform and push it into a data visualization software, like they're called business intelligence software like BI. When you
mm,
start to do that, then you start to get these really powerful insights. You can see that actually, Google, it's a lot more expensive, but if you stitch together your revenue, you can see actually the overall cost per sale is much lower. But then you can see like that's actually been trending upwards. So why has that been trending? Then you can take actions. Whereas Facebook, it's actually been not been doing so well. We need to reduce that down. So once you start looking at them together and having a centralized place, you can compare them, you can understand them, you can share the learnings between them. It's unbelievably powerful.
yeah.
And a lot of
It's
people
yeah.
just, yeah, they
They
think
sleep on it.
separated is, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it's,
think because it's just so natural to sort of just have it's cleaner, so to speak, as well, in a way to just have, okay, I've got
mm,
this, I've got Meta, so I've got my reports for Meta, I've got my things here, then I have this and that, and we've got it all nice and neat and everything. But actually, putting it all together is going to be the most beneficial. There's nothing better that you could do than to make sure that you have everything together, so that you can see how everything works together and what's happening. And it's eye opening, to be fair.
mm. It yeah. Both, I've run marketing teams. You've been part of marketing team. Like the ones that perform well are the ones that have this, they take the data seriously and are data driven. Marketing should
Yeah,
be competent enough to be able to analyze the data. They should be competent enough to know what kind of data they need. Um,
yeah.
and again, it's not necessarily easy, but nowadays with Claude, which we're going to get into,
Big
it's
ups,
increasingly
Claude.
easy. Yeah,
Shout
it's
out.
great. So
We
we
love
will go into
you.
like, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But quite
Well, I mean,
sincerely, the
yeah,
excuses nowadays are getting thin. If you're very
definitely.
behind, if you're not centralizing your reporting nowadays.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, I suppose for those who are just getting started, how to pull, centralize, and visualize your data, it's probably something that we could go through just to, help people to understand, and then just bung this all in Claude and he'll do it for you.
It's going to be so. We all focus again. We'll have a note on performance marketing, but we'll
Mm.
start off like with CRO. So CRO data usually exists within a CRO piece of software, such as Convert. Big ups Convert, they're great.
Yeah.
What
Shout
these
out.
softwares nowadays have is something called MCP, which basically just lets the agents like Claude plug into them so they can retrieve the data easily in a structured manner. So
Mhm.
nowadays, to pull the data out of Convert into a centralized dashboard, you just need to ask, you literally, the prompt would be like, this is my Convert one. This is, the details. Please connect to that one. Okay, we've connected. We've done that part. Okay, great. Now, can you pull those ones and can you make a dashboard that I can interact with that shows, tests month on month, tests by the different themes, because you can add themes within Convert as well. It's great.
It's
And then,
amazing. I can't
yeah,
believe how powerful it is, and it's so easy as well. I sound like I can't believe it's not butter, but, like, it is why like, think about what you would have had to have done 5 years
yeah.
ago to be able to
Oh,
do that, how much
well, we're
time,
going to talk
manpower,
about
effort. Yeah.
that.
And I mean, and now it's just like, "Hey, Claude, by the way, lol."
Yeah. It is incredibly powerful. It does,
Yeah.
however, rely on, and so like again, top line, that is what you do. You plug in, you connect them in Claude. You then run the prompt to then make the dashboards, and you specify the dashboards that you need. What I would actually personally recommend as an interstitial step there is so you can start building your qualitative data. So you're not just like visualizing the raw test, win, loss, whatever. You want to be able to pull in your test learnings, your test themes, and like that kind of
Mm.
qualitative data that really adds value. Like that's the most valuable part. So
Yeah.
ask Claude to chuck it into like Google Sheets or some that, well, honestly, Google Sheets will be fine because you can easily
Yeah.
access that one yourself. Go into that one, then add, the test learnings yourself and centralize that yourself manually, because I know we do occasionally have to use our brains. Or you can ask Claude to do some of
On
them, but like quite
occasion.
sincerely, occasionally, it's good that you know the test learning. So just put the test
Yeah.
learning in. And then ask Claude based off that data to then make the dashboard, or plug it into Looker Studio or something nice and easy, which we'll talk about in a second. But that really is it. Plug and convert to Claude, or again, VWO and the other ones do have these functionalities as well.
Yeah.
So they are increasingly common. But you plug it in, you ask Claude to pull the data. Ideally, put it somewhere where you can then edit the data and add these other key information. And then you ask Claude just to maintain it, and then you go in and add the testing bits, and you ask Claude to make the dashboards for you, which is nice and easy. Or you make them in Looker Studio, which is totally free, and it's got if you plug in your Google Sheets data, it really likes Google Sheets because it's a Google product, so it actually runs really nicely and easily, and it's literally just like
Mhm.
making graphs. So
Yeah.
it's user friendly, it's easy, and if you're not sure how to do it, again, honestly, hit us up. We can show you a quick demo of how to
Yeah,
do so. It's not
definitely.
a big deal. Um, However, there is a common issue, which is Convert or VWO or wherever does not have perfect data. So,
Mm.
often when we're doing this kind of analysis, the place of truth needs to be, so like the
CRM.
conversions, yeah,
Yeah.
where we're putting the conversions from, like that needs to be accurate. Like that needs to be like the sales or the lead, like it needs to be accurate. And
Yeah.
often these platforms aren't quite accurate enough. Well, there are lots of good reasons. Like generally,
They're
um,
close, but it's close but no cigar.
yeah. So if you don't have that, so you can start, there are methods and methods here. First off, if it's from a CRM, so you need to start stitching together data like we're talking about for performance marketing, and actually joining the data together. So pulling the CRM data, Claude will be your friend. The most standard way to do this is that nearly every CRM will have a exports system. Export it to your
Mhm.
email. Get Claude to wait for that email. Once that email comes in, get it to just export that data into Google Sheets or somewhere else, nice and easy. Then join that with your test data. So even if you are using Convert to pull everything from your CRO software, use it then to pull it from your CRM, and then use your CRM data on like the number of leads or whatever to actually get that completely right. It's important to note, though, that you'll notice is that you need something to join the data on. So when you push something to your CRM, are you pushing what A/B test it was under? Because that's a very fundamental thing that you have to do. And if you do that, then you can join the data and happy days. The other solution here is just Google Analytics. Tag it in Google Tag Manager, everything as much as humanly possible, and then just visualize it all through Google Analytics. Again, I would recommend you plug Google Analytics into Looker Studio. You get much more advanced analytics, and ideally, you kind of want to shove it. Google Analytics, you need to then shove into Google BigQuery for unaggregated data, so you can do proper analysis onto it, and then plug it into Looker Studio. So it's a little bit more steps, and it requires a bit more know-how. It is great though, because you've got one all singing, all dancing marketing infrastructure. However, it does require really accurate tracking and reporting, or accepting the limitations therein. But you can usually get Google Analytics and that tracking a bit more accurate than your CRO software, and at least a bit more internally consistent, because it is not always right in Google Analytics, but for very consistent reasons, because it just doesn't always fire in select cases and things like this. Maybe a very quick summary of all of that, because I feel like we've done a whistle stop tour of visualizing and centralizing data. Pull the data from Convert via your AI agent. Get them to shove it into Google Sheets for you if you can, because then you can add the qualitative data. Pull your CRM data via your AI agent as well. Simplify export. Join the data. So you can use a VLOOKUP, or again, you can just get Claude to join it. I mean, genuinely, it's more than capable of doing so. Join your data so you get accurate CRM data, so accurate conversions, accurate conversion rates, and then visualize it within Looker Studio. Or again, you can get Claude just to make you the dashboards. It is capable of doing so. It's not ideal, but it can do a lot. Otherwise, we do recommend Looker Studio. It is free. It is powerful. It is great.
Shout out.
Maybe final note is for performance marketing data, you need your costs. Use something like Supermetrics to pull your ad costs. There's loads of tools that are used to pull ad costs directly from the ad platforms. Honestly, I've been using Supermetrics. It's great. There's lots of other, like Funnel.io. It's great. Windsor.io. There's loads of these data pulling ones nowadays, particularly with AI, because you can get AI to do them. But I would not recommend this at this point. They need to be 100% accurate. So use one that is maintained by someone else, frankly. Then you just pull that into Google Sheets, and then you do the same thing where you join it with your CRM data. And again, you need something to join it on, which is usually something like a lead ID or the day or something, whatever. Again, if you've got issues or challenges, let us know. We can usually troubleshoot this for you pretty quickly.
I love it. Look at us go. I mean, that was a big chunk of information, but if you've learned anything from all of that and you're still listening, it's just do it. Really visualize your data. This is something you've got to work towards and do in whatever capacity that you can, because it's going to be absolutely just transformational for you, your business, and also the decisions that you're making when you're doing strategy, really.
Yeah, I'm genuinely, we are friendly people as well. Like, if you are having issues, just hit us up, let us know. We can do a very, very quick look, and we can probably, if we can't resolve it for you quickly, then, I'm sure we can do it in a more formal manner. But genuinely, we're very happy just to have a quick look and maybe fix a couple formally, or, make a quick graph for you. It's no problem.
Definitely.
Particularly if you're listening to the podcast.
Hit us up. We're here. We're friendly.
Yeah.
Well, I would say without further ado, let's jump into Hall of Shame and Fame.
Yeah.
Our friendliness goes out the window there.
Yeah, we are no longer friendly. Now we are critical.
Yeah. I'm excited. Turkey teeth.
Yeah. So
it's not a very nice thing to call them, to be fair, but I mean, that's sort of what the youth are calling them nowadays, are they not?
They are, yeah. It is a thing. It is a thing. However, so what I wanted to do was to look at the UK brands that are increasingly doing this one, because essentially this has always been a thing that's been taking place externally. Increasingly, this is now available in the UK at much, much more competitive prices, largely because the technology is just much better and easier, and it's just getting standardized. Also,
I think everyone wants it. It's very much trending now as well, isn't it?
It's very clear it's worth people's
saturated market. Yeah.
And people are still willing to travel, so a lot of these big ones are spending a lot of money. However, they just only have a couple clinics, but that's fine because people are willing to stay overnight to get their teeth done, to stay somewhere. That's fine. So it's the same as going to Turkey.
Yeah. Only it's Birmingham or something. I don't know.
We've got one based in Leeds. We've got one based in London, and then we've got one that's international. So
there you go. Okay, let's go. Let's get started.
Alrighty. So first one is Yorkshire Dental Suite. Ooh. Ooh. Right. I love this part. Step one.
Let's see.
I want your thoughts, Courtney.
Oof. Yeah. I mean, effective from a visual point of view. Bit sad that you have to scroll down to get the
Yeah, it's
inquire
because of
now.
the
I suppose
spanner.
it is up the top, but I feel like that's probably not even that necessary, to be fair.
Yeah.
Is this a paid journey that we're looking at?
Yes, so these are all page journeys.
Paid journey?
These
Okay.
are
Then
PPC.
get rid of that. Yeah, get rid of that. Just have the logo up top and then just have that above the fold with the image and with everything.
Yeah.
We got our reviews. Save
Mhm.
£10,000 on same day full mouth implants in Leeds. I mean, that's got everything that
didn't
you
even
need
read.
to know.
Yep.
Don't like that so much. That could be bullet pointed.
Mhm.
Has that just in there? Yeah, I mean, it's basically just the headline, just longer.
Yeah.
To be fair.
I'm not mad. Honestly, I think
Inquire.
they've done a pretty good
Yeah.
job as a whole here.
Yeah.
I like, I think you go for it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like that the mouth isn't in this, like they haven't just superimposed the turkey teeth into the
Yes,
mouth.
clearly
Do you know
real.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. They're far too white. That's the thing I don't like about these teeth. They're always far too white. It's just so unnatural. You know when you see someone in real life that has them and they
Dial it
smile and you're
back.
just like, what is going on? Not that they're bad and not that I have perfect teeth, so I can't really talk. But
Yep.
anyway, I think it's done well.
So we're gonna scroll down. We're also gonna actually let's have a quick look at it on mobile before we
Yes.
So what do we see when we come into it mobile? Okay, this is the mobile one. I know.
What are you doing?
They were doing so well.
They were doing so well. This is why you have to, paid traffic is mobile traffic and you have to design for mobile. And this is not at all. I mean, like it's sad that the image is so far down. Like get rid of all of that sub headline. Get rid of that static form. What are you even doing? And then I reckon have, like, because I think that image is really powerful. So I would definitely want to have the image.
Yeah.
And then you just have that inquire now, your CTA, and then you can go into multi-step form. Jeez.
Yeah. I think it's interesting they've got the WhatsApp button up there. That's kind of cool. Not seeing that too much, which is
Especially
fun.
because it's only on mobile as well, which I mean, they have
Yeah.
obviously designed for mobile. They've just not done it in a way that's as effective as it potentially could have been.
I think quite nailed it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Easy solution here. Just embed a multi-step form. Same thing. Remove that. Yeah, smashed it. Then you're done. So they're real close. And for this part, the only thing I will say with this, it'd be more fun if it's a bit more of a case study style, like this. Like it's a bit more shock factor here, and I think it could be more like trusted and
is quite
tailored. If it's like this was John, they've done this,
Yeah, poor
he's
John.
a happy pet. Yeah.
Yeah, poor John with his mouth like that. Yeah, I agree. I think if the person actually had instead of just being some random mouth, if they had an identity and if it was a person, it would be more effective. I mean, here we've got something.
Yeah.
Is that who? Is
I
this
didn't get
John?
5-star treatment. I got.
Oof.
Yeah. Oof. That's
maybe.
a hard watch.
I think it's him.
Yeah. So if that was just a little bit, maybe
bit more connected,
more cohesive, a little bit better to understand, that would elevate that, I think. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's just these are the kinds of things, like these are the small things in CRO where you could just say this would elevate that little bit more, that would give it a little bit more credibility, which will just be that one, that percentage that will just get those other few people across the line,
Yeah. It's just free money,
Yeah.
Otherwise you're spending to get that customer. Otherwise you can just have free extra customers. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I do like, again, they've got a 1, 2, 3. I love 1, 2, 3. We'll always talk about these, about like how it just illustrates the process, which is cool. Now you're starting to get more into like the brand side. That makes sense. Again, they've done numbered lists. Very happy with that. Smiling, happy
all in
faces.
cards as well. It's all visually sort of like you've got each section for each bit.
Now they
that's nice. I like that.
Yeah, now they've got
they all look so fake, don't they? Like, look at that smile. No one looks like that.
Let's not bash implants too much.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, I wouldn't mind them if they were just natural looking.
I wouldn't mind them if they were perfect.
Yeah, if they were perfect. Thank you.
Love it.
Wow,
then they do go into the pricing. Yeah. And
Oh
they
my
start
goodness,
off with
£30,000.
yeah,
That's wild.
up to 50K. So you're starting to see why people are spending more and more money on this solution. That's the upfront. There's monthly as well. Admittedly, if I were
Wow.
them, I would probably show the monthly one to begin with. This
Yeah,
is,
as would I.
you
Well,
know,
I suppose it
like
depends on how much they are everywhere else. I don't know enough about it to like
mm,
potentially 30,000 is like amazing. And then, for an upfront deal as
yeah,
compared to other ones, I don't know. But
yeah,
I'd probably go with the monthly to be fair.
agreed, agreed.
Mm,
We're gonna click on inquire now and see what happens. Okay, so we just go to this
terrible.
booking form. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
do better than this, folks.
Multi-step form, come on, get a few questions,
Yeah,
get an understanding. What's their issue?
and
What are they
they
looking
are
for? What's their
Yorkshire Dental Suite
budget?
are
I don't
one of
know.
definitely one of the really big, like much bigger spenders. Like they're one of
Mm.
the big players in the industry right now. So yeah, I
Such a
think
shame
there's
that this mobile journeys, there's so much actually so many high impact tests that you could do on this one.
yeah, and like I think quite arguably quite straightforward optimizations here as well.
Yeah.
So particularly on mobile, I think desktop. I think they've
Desktop is
done a better job,
fine.
and they've
Yeah.
designed for desktop. And like that's fine. They've given
Yeah, that all
the mobile one
works.
some thought, but it's fine.
To be fair, actually,
Um,
I've just noticed if you scroll up for this one,
yeah.
if scrolled a little bit further down, yep, I've realized it is exactly the same journey. I didn't notice that inquire now underneath the section, so it is actually the exact same journey.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it has not been really mobile optimized like at all,
All they've
except
done
for the
here is just
WhatsApp.
had yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
and this
That's
has
a
been yeah.
shame.
So
And
yeah.
that's been swapped around. Yeah.
hmm
Okay. All right.
Um.
What's next?
All right. So our next one is going to be designed by Dental, which is a London one.
Ooh.
They're not. They're def. I well, at least to my understanding, and it's been a little minute since I've run dental implants. Because I have run these verticals before. If anybody's
Mm.
curious. And optimize these pages before as well. But these guys, I don't think are quite as big as the Yorkshire folks. But yeah, here we go. Designed by Dental.
Wow. Okay.
I love your hot takes.
Um, I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of like the video. It definitely
Yep,
makes it more human and it makes
bit
it
more
very
inspirational.
tangible, I think. I think in a way that
hmm
the other one wasn't.
Yep,
Like that was far more like shock value, I guess. Permanent dental implant restorations in less than 48 hours. I don't mind that, to be fair. I don't like the paragraph underneath. Let's make that smaller.
yeah.
And not sure about having social proof without actually having the social proof. Like, I'm not going to search for what that like. The other one had over like thousands of Google reviews, and this one just says it was voted provider, like the best provider or something in the UK, with a little star. So what does that
Is it
mean?
going to
By
have
whom?
the thing here? It is not. Oh, however, it's going to have a form, which we're going to
Yeah,
talk
we
about.
do
We're
love a
going to do in a
form,
minute.
and we do
We're going to
love
do in a minute.
yeah
I want to look at it on mobile first.
mobile. Mm-hmm.
Inspect. Let's make this work. Oh yeah. Hang on. Let me just reload the page. So it's right.
There we go.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Now
don't
it's like
hate
it's
it. To
just
be fair,
yeah. I think now like
I
the
mean,
text is clearly a bit too much. I'm not sure if I love
yeah.
the double. You know, pick a lane.
No, you don't need the
GOCTA
or
is not.
call us at. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
And
I
I
don't
think
mind
if
having the picture down
mhm,
there because you still see the picture. Like it still
yeah,
makes
you
it
still see
quite,
a little bit, and it like teases you into
personable.
it, so you can so oh, okay.
Yeah,
Admittedly, this does just look more like promotional. I think what I will so
yeah,
when I've run these pages in the past, having that before and after really is effective. And having that one of the best tests I ran for it was
yeah,
literally just putting it directly underneath the first screen, did the case studies and the before and afters, and yeah, that worked great. Also, bullet pointing this stuff
yeah,
out. So do that.
yeah,
We will get to the quiz.
100%.
I'm so pleased it's a quiz. I am sad that this is clearly made by Quick,
Yes,
but that is fine.
yeah,
Um, UK's most affordable. So the main claim they made here was number one voted. So I think they need to like if you're going to have that, give the evidence soon. Just saying. UK's most affordable.
Exactly.
Now it's it's
Like,
a different claim. So like, mid-year boost. Okay, I don't mind that. A little JavaScript thing.
yeah, there's a
Again,
few
clearly
different
written by
like
Claude, but that's
angles
fine.
going on.
Yeah. They've got the
Yeah,
pricing, and they've also, this is clearly cheaper,
yeah, much cheaper.
Yeah, not bad.
Suppose it sort
Um,
of could be going for a different service for sure.
yeah. As featured on, love to
Yeah,
see
here we go.
this. Should be higher. As should
Yeah, should be
this
higher.
stuff. So this,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just slightly misstructured. It's not a terrible thing. I think because the form, I think the way they integrate the form, we need to have more thought about. But we'll get there. And pricing should go lower down. That should be what people find later on if they're still interested, if they're like exploratory. So
yeah,
that should be towards the bottom of your page for sure. We've got some before and afters. Zoom in on the teeth. These are not really good enough, but I like that they have
yeah.
this a little bit. They've built them out a bit further.
Like
Well done.
actual and like what they've got as well, like the
Yeah,
full mouth
yeah,
something or other and the arches and the whatever else. I think that's really interesting.
100%. Um,
Mm.
this, yeah, I don't love videos on these pages, so I'm not too sure.
I don't
Personally,
think anyone's stopping for a video, are they? Not
yeah, I mean,
really.
occasionally you've got to be. I mean, to be fair, these people are, you're looking at spending a lot of money. These are
Yeah.
high ticket items, so people are a bit more
Mm.
exploratory. Videos are more read, like people do go into it further. But yeah, like
Mm.
I think videos are often prioritized. However, images and not making someone wait a minute to be told, instead just like quickly giving them information, is usually,
Yeah.
I think it is more effective.
Just
Although,
easier and quicker to consume than having to sit through it. Because like what I tend to do in things like this is I'll skip the video and then I skip to the part that I don't need and then I just rage quit because I just can't figure out what I need because I don't
mm,
have the patience to sit through like a 30-second video. My brain is
I
fried.
agreed. Like this is, but it's just true. This is just how people
Yeah.
function.
Yeah.
And this as well, like I like the comparison. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Makes them seem better. Actually, one tip I will say is like give your your straw man, the other providers, give them some tips, because all the
Yeah.
tips like this, like in the nicest possible way,
That's
it's
too
pretty
good
clear,
to be
guys.
true. Yeah. Come
Yeah,
on, you
so you need to,
bias.
yeah,
Let's do
so
a
someone's gonna be
fair
like,
analysis.
it's gonna erode a bit of a trust here, which is not what they're going
Yeah.
for. Dental
Yeah.
implant success rate, don't mention that. Like, I'm sorry, that
Yeah.
they can be an unsuccessful thing. Like, that should be way into like the
That
exploratory
should be in the
stuff.
T's and
Oof.
C's.
This, however, love this. Dental by
Yeah.
design, dentists in the UK, dentist abroad. Now that they
There we
need to
go.
like put that higher up. Like now
Yeah.
that's cool. They're doing a
Yeah.
much better job here. Like, yeah. So okay, real patient story. So yeah, honestly, I think the page
I
gets
mean, they do
better as
have a
you go
lot of good
down.
elements. Yeah. They just
Yeah.
need to restructure the elements a little bit so that you're getting sort of those better bits and the lower down you're getting then you have the no success. Well, not no success,
Yeah.
but the fact it might not be a success.
I think a
Having the
lot of testing.
doctors,
Yeah. What do you think of the
love
doctors?
that.
Yeah.
The
Great.
dentists, whatever they are.
Yeah.
We
Come on,
love
the
it. It's
doctors. Dr. Rob
trustworthy.
John.
Yeah, there you go.
Love it.
Doctor. Dr.
I mean, I'm
Jones,
a little
Dr.
bit concerned.
Jones.
These guys are certified. This guy, nothing.
Yeah, he's just like, hey
maybe
guys.
standardize that, guys.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Again, safety. I'm not sure if that's what you want to draw attention to right now, but I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
this is like the.
Maybe. Suppose
Oof.
mitigating sort of those fears and stuff and just kind of like being like, okay, well, we're not going to say everything's perfect. Here's a little bit of information. I don't know. It's a very long page, though, I must say. Like, it's very long.
Condense
Getting a
this
bit
now.
fatigued.
Like,
yeah.
You're adding like a lot of questions as well at this point. Like, this page needs to be edited down, restructured. Again, like I think this is slightly overkill, but okay.
Yeah.
So we're
Let's
gonna
go to the
engage.
form. Let's do it.
User journey. They're gonna look at it. Oh, okay. Check your eligibility now. Go to the form.
All right. How many teeth are we missing? 6+. Let's do it.
6+. What's my age? 60+.
60.
Do I have any of these? I have a bridge and a crown. Why not? How long have they been? Oh, this is quite long. Okay. How long have you been missing the teeth? The longer the teeth are missing, the more jaw the bone shrinks. Okay.
Ooh. No one needs to know that, to be fair.
But 1+.
Just say how long.
Are you able to eat food? I like this question. I am.
Yeah.
Are you trying to find relief from any case? I am. And
Yes.
experience social. Yeah. One thing we have noticed as well recently is these longer forms are doing quite well nowadays. People want the more tailored
Yeah.
thing. So I kind of like this. Continue through. So yeah.
And it's
Sure.
discussing
Somewhat
all
ready.
the different things. It's sort of going through like physical discomfort, social discomfort. It's going through kind of like it seems like they know what the
Painting the
problems
picture.
are for people who are missing
Yeah.
teeth, who probably feel very seen and very, sort of validated in going through this.
Yeah. And I am pleased to see that they are using a multi-step form. And this is quite a fun one as well.
Yeah.
Payment plan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Easy. You
Payment
click
plan
on it,
option.
one click, like that's
Oh,
nice.
they were doing so well. So this is how I know that this was built via Claude or something. 'Cause they always bloody do this. Separate out your contact details. Don't put them all together. Really, I really, really sincerely mean it.
Honestly, huge,
and
huge. It's always a win.
Yeah.
Just do it.
It's all like
There's no
asking them
excuse
all
for having it
together.
all
We
on the
tested
one.
it recently. It's minus 50% impact. Just split them out for the love of God.
Yes, split them out, please
Yeah,
do.
we can't.
I mean, that was
Also,
a quick
just
win, a quick fail to a quick learning.
quick learning.
Mm.
This thing to mention as well, it's like once they're in the form, you know what? Remove the rest of the information. Like once they're in the
get
form
rid of
and
that.
answering, like that's their user journey. Don't we're not. I don't want people to be
We don't
clicking
want
out of this
anything.
now. Just
Yeah.
like if you can host it separately, or you can like just hide the content. So, lots of ways of doing this. Then the form will be better to be engaged with. It's really true for most clinics. If you're going to embed a form, embed it and then like take them out.
Yeah.
Think anyway. As a whole, thoughts, feelings, emotions on
Not
this brand.
bad.
Yeah,
I think
right.
that they have a lot. I think they have a lot of really, really good elements. They just need to restructure and they just need to simplify a little bit. But otherwise, like, chapeau, well done. Not bad.
Genuinely though, like hit us up. Like we actually might reach out to them.
Please
I
do.
think we can fix those
help
parts
here.
super easy. Love that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We are now going to Evo Dental.
I'll mock something up in Figma.
Everywhere. So I want to say that this is one of the ones. So a trend in the industry recently has been private equity firms buying up local dentists as a way to centralize it so they can run like nationwide stuff. Because then you get basically get lots of economies of scale efficiencies. So it's much easier. So I think this is one of those groups. I don't quote me on that one, but I'm pretty sure. And so let's share it instead. Well,
that's terrible. There's no CTA.
Oh.
Like,
I
and it
assume
does
the
like
summer
what even is that
sale
heading?
has.
Leading full
I
mouth
think that
dental.
summer sale has pushed everything. Maybe the page. Like I just need to make. Is it? I think it's a summer sale banner. We see this so often.
Yeah,
you added the banner to help people, and it's removed the user journey.
Ruined it. Yeah.
Oh, and then you've got
I just really dislike that. You got 3 different ones. Red is also. I mean, I understand it's a brand color, but you've got like red, green. So potentially they just want to send everyone to WhatsApp, but also at the same time, like the solution to dentures and failing teeth.
Again, I think
nice.
Pricing stuff comes later on. I appreciate that it's quite a competitive price, but there's just not, you're
pricing
talking about money
just where people
too much.
are already ready to. Yeah, exactly. People aren't ready to get rid of their money this quickly when they've reached a place. They need to be warmed up and to actually feel like, okay, I could potentially see myself.
This is also not sufficient. Like, really to want, we're better than this. Oh yeah, I'm gonna look at mobile because maybe have they saved the day on mobile? I'm just gonna be. Oh, it's worse.
It's worse.
Well, it's substantially worse. Evo. I'm gonna have to look up your holding company because like they need to be told what's what.
This is a disaster. Yeah.
Yeah, breaking my heart.
What are you gonna? If I'm on mobile and I go to that, I'm just rage quitting immediately.
Let's have a quick comparison to this. Like actually, I think the Yorkshire Dental one I think had the best immediate mobile view. Actually, no, it didn't. It really didn't. None of them were incredible.
None of them had a great one, but this is just terrible.
Like this, yeah, clear.
That's much better. To be fair,
yeah, it is better. It's still issues. Again, this one,
there's still issues.
Issues, but better.
Same. Issues, but better. Yeah.
This one, it's not.
That is. Leading full mouth dental implant experts in the UK also is such a bad headline. It's not really It doesn't speak
You know what it
to
is?
me as a potential like customer.
Yeah.
What?
You know what it is though? It's a mouthful.
What?
The headline's a mouthful. I can't believe you made me explain it.
All right, we should see
I feel so ashamed.
we gotta see ourselves out. This is terrible.
And that'll do us for today.
Yeah, that's the heat.
yeah.
That's the heat talking.
That
Yeah.
I'm so proud of that. We're gonna go through the rest of this page really quickly and see what else is what. Right, cool. This stuff,
life-changing
not bad.
outcomes.
Have it, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I will say, the only thing I like about this is that less is often more. This is too little. This is too little.
Yeah, this is too little.
Yeah, and that is too much there.
This is sort of where
and
less
that
is
is
nothing.
wrong, and that is wrong. Yeah. And like they talk about zirconium and emax and ceramic, and like at least a lot of people they all talk about these different ones.
I don't even know.
They don't
at
know
this
what
point in
Evo
time.
6
I've
means.
just got like,
they assume you're being
I've
scammed.
got 4 missing teeth. Just tell me what to do.
Guide people through the journey. Don't assume they know beforehand. But yeah, before's and after effective. It's good. I
But
don't
also
mind
like
this.
no personal information about the people. Like this, it's just sort of. It feels very marketing. Like again, it's a website built for the brand, not for the customer, not for the consumer. And it's just
I don't know if
and it's not even built for that. To be fair,
I'm not even sure it's built for the brand. Yeah, like admittedly, it's got this part here, which you just immediately skim over. But that 18 years experience, like that's kind of cool. 99% walk out the same day. Love that. But
that could all be bigger on mobile. That's far too small. Is that even 16px? Like I don't even know at this point.
Actually, it is 16px. It is 16px.
Oh, there you go. It is. Okay, I take my criticism back. But again, I don't like it.
No, agreed. Reclaim your smile, yada yada. Okay, stop talking about the materials. We don't know. Like, I just don't think this is the right place yet. They've not had the consultation. They don't know why. Like, even if you've done a lot of research, and people will do a lot of research. But if you just, like that's a different thing here. In this case, I don't think it's the right time to be doing that. Don't have a video that's again. Mobile. This is too much text. Evo 4.
This is bad for mobile as well. I mean, it's just very difficult, isn't it?
Evo 6. What does it mean? Why do we care?
I don't even know. I don't even know
I have a consultation and we could discuss it? Evo 6 Plus. Yeah.
Everywhere's like multiple CTAs. No, this is. I mean, I'm gonna say this is the worst one.
Definitely. Oh, let's look at the free consultation. Can they reclaim this? Is there hope? Is there meant to be a multi-step form embedded right here? The correct answer.
I know.
Yes. Let's find out. Oh,
terrible. So tiny on mobile. Scrolling. You've got open like text fields. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not pleased with this.
So that's definitely Hall of Shame. Right, off you go.
Evo Dental.
God spot you.
You can't be like who's running
Reach
your
out,
marketing?
please.
Let's see.
We can do this.
Okay, so this is Evo Dental Center. I mean, it's I don't actually know. Anyway, I do not think that this is quite where it needs to be. It looks better on. Well, it doesn't look that much better on desktop, to be honest.
No.
This has clearly not been optimized well. What I assume is like this part has been designed on desktop, like this screen, but because of this part, it shoves it all down. And then you had the banner, which seemed to be gone now. I don't know where.
Yeah.
Was pushing it down
Into
further.
the
So like
abyss.
someone's designed this, and then unfortunately everything's broken it. Some people, older people do use larger screens, so maybe it's all vaguely visible, but please, come on.
Yeah, they use tablets, I find the geriatrics use tablets.
So,
my parents do, my partner's parents do. They're all on tablets. So,
They're like iPad
I mean,
kids.
that's my sample size. That's my sample size. The iPad gets an absolute thrashing.
I do think, so I'm a little bit, I think the last one, Evo, definitely at the bottom. The second one, I think, is the best. It's got the multi-set form. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm giving it to the London-based one. Because I think they've got really good. I mean, they've got a multi-set form, fantastic. They do have the CTA and everything. It's just a matter of refining, of boiling it down, and of just taking the elements that they already have and just kind of transforming them ever so slightly to be just that bit more effective.
Yeah, Agreed.
Yeah.
And
That was a
these things
fun
do
journey,
get a
though.
lot of paid spend, just to be aware. Like, I think what's particularly interesting, a good point to raise here, is that we look at a lot of clinics, hearing aids, a lot of these clinic-based websites, they are,
Mm,
we see a lot of them. These ones, while we're saying they can be a lot better and this, that, the other, they are miles ahead of where like the average clinic is.
yeah.
Well, so when you're thinking about these, like, feel free to look at them, be inspired by them, but like, be aware that like there are, this is not what good looks like, even though they are miles ahead of where the average clinic is. There are tools you
Yeah.
can start to do to build these really easily.
Yeah.
And, there's good
It's all
things
about
that can like just,
context as well. Exactly.
yeah,
Understanding, like, in the context of clinics, they're doing fantastically. However, in the context of CRO as a general concept, there is a lot of room for improvement.
yeah. Like yeah, things get real
Night and
optimized
day.
real fast. I want to
Yeah.
say potentially look at VitoDent, which is a big Spanish one, which
There you go.
I actually don't know what their paid own journey is, but yeah, they're interesting. That's enough from
Yeah.
that side.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, if you're still listening, comment the void.
mm, come the
And if
void.
you do have any, yes, if you do have any like analytics, data visualizing situations, we can help. So
Yeah,
shout out and we'll help. DMs are
yeah,
always open.
yeah. Quiet DMs.
Yeah, it'd be nice if someone, yeah, well, if someone would, I just keep getting people trying to sell me stuff and it's all AI and you just think,
The problem is,
please
I'm trying to sell
stop.
people stuff on LinkedIn too. It's terrible. We're part of the problem. No, we are. I don't. No, yeah, we're not. We're not even close. We're not AI
No.
slopping people at left, right, and center.
Yeah,
Christ.
100%.
Oh, I don't think that's.
Well,
I don't
it's
think that's the
been,
future.
yeah.
I don't think that's how you build trust in an organization. Jesus.
So,
Anyway,
yeah, it's been fun.
yeah, it's
And
been a
as always,
pleasure.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.